Ladies and gentlemen, what? Okay, listen, the 6 weeks is over. Huh? It started off in January. No, shit, not January. It started off in December, and now we back. January 24th, UFC 324. Justin Gaethje versus Paddy the Baddy. Come on now, you mad? We got the highlight versus the baddie? Listen, I ain't calling Paddy a baddie, but let me stop. I'm gonna jump right into it. This is gonna be what I think is gonna unfold on this brilliant event. And just looking at the card from top to bottom, we on ESPN to look at it. Paramount should release like stuff like this on their website. You know, I mean, you bought UFC for $7 billion. I think you could probably do that. I mean, they probably did already. You know what I regret? I should have fucking paid from Paramount when it was $60 for the whole year. Now it's like 90. But then I started thinking, I was like, I'm literally not gonna watch any shows on Paramount. Not at all. So I'm just gonna do like the monthly thing with ads. I really don't care. I've always been watching ads with the UFC. Starting off on the early prelims, and I'm not gonna go over every fight just because I'm, not really that interested in some of these fighters. No offense to them, but I am gonna definitely watch this card from bottom all the way to the main card. First, who I'm gonna pay attention to, Ricky Treckles, whatever the fuck, and we got Cameron Summerman. I would like to pick Ricky, but Ricky, man, he just looks disgusting. And not even in a good way. And I'm not talking about his appearance, but like his striking and everything. He's very unorthodox and stuff. Then you got Kevin Sutherland. He's new in the game, I want to say. He's only had like 2 fights he's had 3 fights in UFC, and he is 2-1. He's actually 1-2, I mean. I don't know that much about Cameron, but I know a lot about Ricky Trickles. I would like to say Ricky, just to say fuck it. I know he's the underdog too. I think Ricky will probably have the chance to outpace Cameron, make him tired, is what I'm hoping. But I wouldn't be surprised if Cameron wins. But yeah, I'm not really that too keen on this fight. Next fight, yeah, I'm just gonna go straight to Michael Johnson versus Alexander Hernandez. Woo, Alexander Hernandez, talking about my boy Chase Hooper. Chase Hooper is a good fighter, but my man doesn't have the best hands, the best boxing or kickboxing. Brilliant grappler, submitted plenty of people. But Alex Hernandez, the power and the size was too much for Chase, even though Chase moved up in weight class. So, yeah, I understand why Alex won that fight. And he has beaten Diego Fieta by KO also. And I thought Fieta was about to go on like a little title run for a second, but I was wrong about that. Yeah, he lost to Grant Dawson, then he lost to Alexander. So he got some good wins, Hernandez, coming up on this. Then we got the boy Michael Johnson, the veteran, the OG, straight out of Tampa, Florida, I believe, or somewhere in Florida, Coconut Creek probably. His record is literally not the prettiest. It's probably the most ugly record in the UFC other than Angela Hill, is what I want to say. But this guy has been in plenty of wars, but I don't like that he is 2 for 9 for subs on his whole resume. This man got subbed 9 times. And surprisingly, he only got knocked out 3 times. And the last person he got knocked out by was Diego Fieta. And I thought, like I said, Fieta was about to turn up, but no, he didn't. So this could be a little MMA math, maybe, because Alexander beat Fieta, then Fieta beat Johnson. So this would mean Johnson would beat Alexander. Just a little stupid MMA math. For this fight, I want to go with Alexander, to be honest. Michael Johnson definitely is faster, even at the age of like 39, about to be 40. But Alexander, he's only 6 years younger than Michael Johnson. But I think Hernandez is going to be circling around on the outside, picking his shots and waiting to land a heavy bomb on Michael Johnson, because Michael Johnson doesn't have the cleanest chin, is what I want to say. But I would not be surprised if he pulls out the upset because he beat Zell Hubert. Let me see. His last fight beat Zell Hubert. Yeah. Yes, he did. And I'm not surprised, honestly, that he beat Zell Hubert because that last fight with Zell Hubert versus Ribovic, that took out a lot of probably life out of Daniel Zell Hubert, if I'm going to be honest. So, yeah. I'm going to put my money on Alexander, but I would say Michael Johnson's a live dog. He still can crack people. He really can. But this is definitely well, shit, I don't know. Who will win a fight with Zell Hubert versus Alexander? That's the real question. That's all I want to say. That's a tricky one. Next fight, last one on the early prelims. You got Alex Perez versus Michael Johnson, who beat the paper champ Joshua Van. Alex Perez is really good, but he always gets caught at the worst moment. His last fight, who this man was beating up on? I probably can't pronounce his name. Bro, he was putting the hands about Alzu. This guy right here. And this guy's good. He was like what was it, third round? He got choked out? Or he choked out Alex Perez. Yeah, bro, he was putting their hands on this man. And I was like, Alex Perez is about to beat a good fighter, but then my man jumped and guillotined and it was over with round 3. Alex Perez is really good, but Michael Johnson is really good. I remember watching Michael Johnson in the that Muay Thai, whoever that Muay Thai camp is out there, and they had the whole competition, the trial out there and stuff. I remember him, is it Tiger Blood? I could be wrong. I'm not sure. But I remember watching him before he was in the UFC, and he was always like the one guy that was always popping off, running the hills. Always, he was a name that I was paying attention to. So this is definitely going to be a tricky one. Excuse me. Charles Johnson definitely got hands. He's fast. He got fast hands. I want to say he can crack. He's the last person that beat Joshua Van by knockout. I remember watching it live. And man, but Alex Perez is a veteran. He's a little dog. He's fought the who's. He fought better high tier people than Joshua Van and goddamn Charles Johnson combined. I want to say he's lost. He's 25-10. Charles Johnson's 18-7. I'm gonna be honest, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not too sure about that one, so I'm just gonna leave that one up in the air. What's the saying? My head wants to go with Charles Johnson, but my gut, I ain't gonna say my heart, my gut wants to go with Alex Perez. So it's definitely gonna be a banger. I definitely can see it going to maybe like a late finish, third round finish by Charles Johnson or decision by Perez. And if Perez is smart, he'll take Charles down 100%. And listen, these other fights on the prelims, I don't care. I mean, I know they try to hype up this guy Gaethje, but he's fighting an unknown Russian to me. We got Nikolai Kapilov versus who the fuck is this guy? I swear I've seen his face before. Oh, okay, I've seen his face before. Oh, he beat Paul Craig. I think he retired Paul Craig. Yeah, yes, he definitely did. Paul Craig is in. Let me look at Paul Craig's record. Paul Craig was getting slumped at the end of his record. Yeah, this guy, Jesus Christ. Paul Craig was like on a 6 or 5 L losing streak. Yeah, good God. That win that he has over Paul Craig really doesn't tell me. He beat Katilulev. Listen, I'm horrible at pronouncing names. Jesus Christ, but I'm looking at his fights right now. It's not really doing anything. Yeah. If Kapilov, if he turns up, because I heard his last 2 fights he wasn't taking serious. So I don't know, but it seems like his chance gone, if I'm gonna be honest. So yeah, I don't care about these fights. Of course I'm gonna watch him as a fan, but I'm not the biggest fan of these fighters. Now let's talk about the last fight in the prelims. Umar Nurmagomedov versus Deiveson Figueiredo. Listen. I feel like Deiveson, he would have had a better chance at Umar when he debuted in the bantamweight division, but he got Cody Garbrandt, who's not good. People be hyping up Cody to this day, but I'd be like, Cody's peak was when he was fighting Dominic Cruz and he won the belt. After that, it's really been downhill ever since then. I know he got a couple wins off some no names. You know, they don't even bring up these people anymore. So I got Umar in this fight. In all honesty, only because Sandhagen was able to hold down Figueiredo, and Sandhagen isn't known as a grappler. He's definitely gotten way better since he got choked out by Aljo for the what was it? It was an interim belt, but it was a title eliminator, and we know what happened afterwards for that. But I gotta go Umar. Umar, he's fighting better people in a 135 division. Don't get me wrong, Figueiredo is a two-time champ in the flyweight division, but once you go up, your power isn't going to be the same with these bigger guys, even if it's a 10-pound increase. You know, Umar, he's only losses to Merab, you know, basically the GOAT of the bantamweight division. You know, people be counting that, you know, let me not start. That's a whole nother conversation. It's like you lose one time after being on like a 15 fucking win streak. Now you're washed. You know, people. That's why I hate people in the UFC fans, just casuals. It's like you lose one time and it's over. Bro, look at the accolades before the loss. He lost to Peter Young, who was a former champ. He already beat Peter Young. So he's not gonna keep on going. But I think this could be a easy fight for Umar. I won't say easy, but he should be able to get this done. If Figgy wants to win, he definitely has to put the pressure. But when you put the pressure, it definitely opens you up to being double leg in the middle of the canvas. And you should rather want to get taken down against the fence because you can build your way up without grabbing it, of course. But if Umar gets you down in the middle of the canvas, I don't see Figueiredo doing much because, you know, he popped his knee, blew his knee out with Sandhagen. It didn't even seem like he didn't know what position he was in when they were in the 50-50. It just didn't like he knew what he was doing. I think Figueiredo's glory days is behind him. How old is he? 38 and Umar's 30. Yeah, Umar's still like, he's still on the trajectory. You know, Figueiredo's just like levering out. He had that boring fight with Montel Jackson that went to, split decision, if I'm right? I swear I think it was split decision. Yeah, split decision with Martel Jackson. We got to go with Umar. Next fight, Arnold Allen versus Gene Silva. Arnold Allen's been out for a while. Last win was Giga Chikadze. His last two losses was Imirov and Max Holloway. Those not bad losses. He lost by unanimous decision on both of them. So has Arnold Allen ever been finished? He's never been finished. Arnold Allen's definitely durable, but Gene Silva got these fucking bombs in his hand. But I think Arnold Allen definitely has a better IQ. Gene Silva does seem like he fights off his emotions whenever he really gets in the pocket or when it seems like he's losing. Definitely against that fight against Diego Lopez. Hey, who am I? I'm about to blow my knee out doing that. Bro, like, my man was spawning at like 20 times, and then he got knocked down the end. You know, just the irony of that shit. It's just hilarious. This is a tough pick. I'm gonna be honest. I want to say Arnold Allen by decision, but finish Gene Silva. But Arnold Allen's never been finished though. That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm really getting about these fighting nerds. They're not the same as they were in the beginning when they were winning back to back to back. But I don't know. I want to go with the UK instead of the Liverpool lad. That's what I want to say. Okay. I want to go with the Liverpool. I think Arnold Allen could take this home. It's definitely going to be a tough fight. He's going to be beat the fuck up if he wins. He's going to be beat up. Gene Silva got them bombs. Gene Silva's quicker too, though. He's quicker, but Arnold Allen, I trust his IQ. I really do trust his IQ. This is a really good fight. I can't wait to watch this one. This is a good way to open up is this main card? Yeah, this is a good way to open up the main card. But man, yeah, damn. Ooh, I think it's gonna be a decision. Someone's definitely going to get cut bad in this fight, is what I'm thinking. But man. This is where my head, Gene Silva, but my heart, Arnold Allen, is what I want to say. Sometimes I suck at these videos, picking fights and stuff, because like I'm like, man, I really don't know. Because when it's two good fighters, it's like, oof. I want to say Arnold Allen. I really do, but I would not be surprised if Jane Silva comes out to win. Next fight, Natalia Silva versus Rose Namajunas. Natalia Silva is winning, and she's fighting Shevchenko next. All right? Nothing against Rose at all. She beat Tracy, who's shit. I'm glad that my girl Erin Blanchfield got that win back on Tracy. What's the last win? Okay, she beat Maverick, unanimous decision. She lost in Blanchfield by unanimous decision. Then she beat Cortez, unanimous decision. Then she beat Amanda Ribas. And Amanda Ribas is kind of shit, if I'm being honest. I'm not like, when I say these fighters are shit, I mean in their league. They can, of course, still beat most of the population, civilians. But, I think Rose are good. You don't even need to fight anymore. Your name's solidified. You're like top 10 in the best female fighters ever in the UFC, 100%. But I think this is Natalia Silva's time to shine. And I don't think she ever lost in the UFC. Let me check. No, she's undefeated in the UFC. She started off with her 2 wins KOing people, but the last wins have been unanimous decision. I was watching back the Grasso fight versus Natalia. Natalia was putting her hands on Grasso. The feet, she was literally hitting and not get hit. Like, I don't think I ever seen Grasso really land like a clean punch like that. The most effective thing Grasso did was probably land a couple jabs. But then it's got me thinking, is Grasso even that good? Because she beat Shevchenko, of course, by rear naked choke. I remember watching that fight live. Beautiful. Then they had the rematch, and it went to a draw, but it was, Noche. It was Noche. The judges weren't mine. The judges weren't black. The judges weren't white. What do you think the judges? They weren't Indian. They weren't Russian. What do you think the judges were? I'll stop. I could be wrong, but they were definitely saucing in their way to the decision, okay? I got Natalia Silva. I ain't got nothing else to say. If Doug Rose does pull up, shout out to Doug Rose. Title shot against Shevchenko. Probably not. Yeah. But I would love to see Natalia Silva versus Shevchenko. I still think Shevchenko wins, but who knows? Natalia is very fast on the feet. She's very fast. We still haven't seen her get tested on the ground. And I know if she gets that title shot against Shevchenko, the first thing Shevchenko is going to do is solidify her striking. Think she's going to be striking all the time and take Natalia down. Probably be here by crucifix and elbows to the damn temple. That's what I want to say. But next fight. Waldo Cortez Acosta. Still out of the Dominican. I am not black. No, stop. And we got Derek Lewis. The beast. The fighter with the most knockouts in UFC history. Straight out of H-Town. That's what they always say. Waldo has been on a little killing recently. It's definitely on the win streak. Most of them by KO. I don't know. Fucking. Somebody's losing, of course. Somebody's losing. And they're going to get knocked out. I don't have much to say about this fight, if I want to be honest. I'm going to say the veteran Derek Lewis is going to get this done, but I'm going to be surprised if Waldo gets it done. Straight up. I don't see this fight going to the third round. Maybe first round knockout or second round knockout, before the halfway point in the second round. But yeah, I think, I want to say Waldo's definitely faster on the hands, but Derek Lewis definitely has the power. I mean, they both have power, of course. It just depends on how good defense Derek Lewis has, and Waldo, of course. But I don't know. I hate betting on heavyweight fights. And another thing I was thinking, what the fuck is Pavlich? When did last time Pavlich fought? Did Pavlich fight Derek Lewis? I know this wasn't recently, but I had to see. Did he fight this guy? Yes, he lost by KO, but when's the last time this man fought? Oh, shit. He beat Waldo Acosta? That was in August 2025? Wow, I never knew that. Okay, well, I wonder who he's fighting next. That's just something I had to think about. I was like, what the hell is my boy Sergey Pavlich? I haven't seen the Russian in the right. Anyways, yeah, for that fight, knockout. or boring fight to decision. You know, sometimes I'd be surprised when these heavyweights go to decision, but then I watch the fight, I'm like, oh, no wonder they're scared to fucking hit each other. Next fight, I'm excited for this one. We got Sugar Sean O'Malley, a.k.a. Sean Methley is what Henry Cejudo was saying. I didn't say Henry said it. And you got Song, the Kung Fu Kid, I think. Yadong. Let me see if I got that nickname right. And what is Sean's nickname? Actually, I guess Sugar Sean. No shit. It doesn't say his nickname. Yadong. And yeah. Sean O'Malley is coming off 2 losses to Merab. Of course, the style doesn't do Sean. I'm mixing up their names now. That fighter does not mix well with Sean striking. I knew Merab was going to win the first fight, and I knew he was going to win the rematch. And I was curious what Sean was going to do afterwards, but I know the UFC wasn't going to give him a striker right away. But, and Yudong is clean, though. Yudong's fast, and he got power. Who got more power, Yudong or Sean? Let me see what's the wins with KOs. Okay, Sean got 12 wins with KO, and Yudong got 9. Okay, but he has more sub wins than Sean. Yeah, I don't think Sean hasn't. Yeah, he had 1 sub. I don't think it was in the UFC though. See, the thing that I always think about when I come over this fight is Song Yudong's fight versus Corey Sandhagen. It got stopped like 4th round, double stoppage because he got that cut. And I know Sean's gonna be aiming for that scar tissue around the eyebrows, both of them. I want to say Sean O'Malley. I really want to say Sean O'Malley. I really do, and I like Sean. I really do like Sean, but Sean is the most delusional UFC fighter I have ever met. This man, I was just watching an interview with him. He's like, I didn't lose the first match in Monroe. What the fuck? Bro, what is he talking about? Where did that come from? My God, you're what is it? You're 18-3. What's happening? All right. Song Yudong is 22-8. He has more losses for sure. But Sean's too clean on the feet, switching up his stances, checking them angles, good head movement. He's long as shit compared to Song's reach. Where we got 72 reach for Sean, 67 for Yudong. But see, this is the thing. This is what Song got. He's gonna have to put on that pressure, get Sean to back up against that cage, and shoot for a takedown. Double leg something. Yudong got some good uppercuts in the pocket. The only time we've really seen Sean get rocked was when he was fighting against Peter Young. He got rocked bad. I remember that. Peter Young said, I said, oh, jeez. I remember watching that fight. I was like, oh, man, Lee. Bro, I was screaming about that fight. I was screaming about that shit. So, I'm sorry. This is honestly a good fight right here, man. Good fight on paper, too. They both lost to Peter Young. I can't talk shit because Sean won me some money out there. He won me like $300 out that fight. I'll stop. But, man, Sean I can already see that. He's just going to be working around Song, just popping them fucking long-ass arms at him. I don't know, but Song just be getting tight with those hooks, man. And I know he be training with. They got 2 fantastic coaches. They got Sean got Tim Welch and Song got Uriah. He got Uriah, and Uriah's been a good coach. A lot of his fighters been winning. So this is a really tricky one. At this point, I don't even want to say who I think's gonna win. I think it's gonna go to decision. I think and Song's very durable. I don't think no one's gonna get knocked out. If the fight gets in the finish, it's a doctor stoppage again. Because Song just gets fucking cut up in the face. He fought good against the current champion now, Peter Young. Both of them did, of course. But this could be a little MMA match right here. Because Sean beat Young. Then Song lost in Young. So maybe this is when Song beats him. It's literally a circle. So I'm not going to choose one, but if I could say anything, late finish, third round, because the damn doctor steps in it, or unanimous decision by Sean O'Malley. So I guess I gave a pick just there. I don't think anyone's going to get finished, though. I highly doubt it, but it's going to be a good fight. It's really going to be a good fight. It's a good card, you know? I grade this card 1 out of 10. It definitely could be better. Like, the card is good. Hold on, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I give this card a 7 out of 10. That's a strong number to start on coming to the new year. So, yeah, I'm going to say that. Now we got the main event of the evening. Justin, the highlight, Gaethje. Then we got Paddy, the baddie. The Scousers don't get knocked out, lad. You'll never crack a Scouse chin. Yeah, I'm going to break Justin Gaethje's face. I'm going to take it back to Liverpool, lad. And we're going to watch also Nolan. No, let me stop. Luke Riley. All right. And we got Pimblet. Fuck. I think Paddy's going to win. I like my boy Gaethje a lot. I remember that day I was in Buffalo Wild Wings with my boy, and we're watching Dustin Poirier versus Gaethje 2. What? Second round KO? Are you mad? Are you mad? And I remember the whole place was going for Dustin. I like Dustin too, but I was like, I just had a feeling. I was like, Justin's gonna win this one. Justin, I was watching all his YouTube videos, and another thing, side note, Justin Gaethje has the best, whole documentary of his whole fight camp. He has the best one on YouTube. No other fucking fighter is close to it. I can't even think of another fighter that does it like Justin Gaethje. So, excuse me. Shout out to Justin Gaethje for always entertaining me up until the fight. But man, I just think Paddy's going to get it done. I say this because all the title fights that Justin has lost have been to submission. And this man said, after I got choked out by Charles Oliveira, I started going deeper on the jiu-jitsu game, the wrestling, all that. But I'm like, Paddy's always been on that shit. This is what I say. Do you think Justin has a chance to submit Charles Oliveira? Or does Paddy have a better chance at submitting Charles Oliveira? I'm not even going to say it. I'm just going to leave it up to whatever you think, all right? But, man, I think Paddy's going to win, man. And Justin Gaethje, man, he's talking about retiring. If I don't get the belt, I'm retiring. I'm a B2 fighter. I mean, I'm not a B2 fighter. I'm I'm Premium League. I honestly think that Paddy's going to win his interim belt. And also, I think the UFC wants Paddy to win. 100% they want Paddy to win. Bro, when Ilya beat, what was it? Was it Charles that he beat? When Ilya beat Charles, who the fuck came in the octagon? Pause. Paddy then. And they faced off. And Joe Rogan was fucking instigating the fight to happen. I know this is the fight that Paramount wants because it's going to be one of the biggest fights in the UFC in its current age other than Ilya versus Islam. This will be the next biggest fight. Or Ilya versus Arman. But I think more people will want to see Paddy. Well, I think more viewership would be on Paddy versus Ilya, but like the real UFC fans want to see Ilya versus Arman, you know? But Gaethje's like 37, Paddy's 31, not that far from age. Paddy's just not here in his prime. He's hungry. He's never touched gold. Not even an interim belt. Justin already touched the interim gold. What? He's gonna be like if Justin wins, he's gonna be the first UFC fighter ever to hold 2 interim belts. And if he loses to Ilya, most likely he's done. He's not gonna fight again. I think if he wins or loses against Ilya, he think he's gonna retire, mate. I mean, all right. So man, it's just I don't like talking like this, man. I don't like talking against my favorite fighters, man. Because Justin Gaethje is definitely the highlight. It's in his name. He has like the most UFC bonuses other than Charles Oliveira. It's crazy that they got like $1 million in like bonuses. What the fuck? But brother, I don't know, man. I mean, I do know Paddy's winning. If it goes to decision, then I'll be shocked because I'll be like, wow, what really happened? But I think as soon as Justin starts going for those leg kicks, at a certain point, Paddy's going to catch that bitch. And it doesn't give me much confidence because Fazee took down Gaethje and had him stuck in like an inverted triangle. Or upside down triangle. What the fuck? And I was like, Fazee's a Muay Thai fighter. He's not even a grappler, bro. I think Paddy, once he gets that lock, it's over. You're not going to open it until the ref stops the fight. And I think if Paddy catches him or something, Justin's not going to tap. Because he know this is his final shot. Because if Justin loses, who you going to fight next? Armin? Fuck. Who you going to fight? The winner from Charles or Holloway for the BML belt? Brother. Like, it's... This man's really fighting the motherfuckers. The lightweight division is stacked. It really is. I'm going to go with Paddy, man. I think Paddy's going to get it done by, like, ground and pound. And he's going to open up Justin. Justin's going to flip around, get Paddy his belt back, go for a rear naked. I hate to say it, but I think Paddy's going to be he's going to bring that interim belt back to Liverpool. Outsiders don't get knocked out, lad. I don't like saying it, but, like, it sucks about, like, 2 fighters and they fight each other. Nothing was like when Dustin Poirier and Max Holloway were fighting. I wanted to cry. I wanted to crawl out my skin whenever that fight was happening. Jeez, that was bad. And now it's going to be Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira. I don't want to watch the fight because I love them both so much. But I think Paddy's going to take it home for a 3-24. I think this is what the UFC wants. This is what the judges want. If it goes to decision, put the house on fucking Paddy is what I'm thinking. Only because I've seen too many factors up against Justin right now. And I know that this is the fight that Paramount wants. They want the big superstar fights to happen because they just made this deal. And they want to make sure they get as much viewership as possible. So, I don't know. That's what. Let's get a little speed run about who I think's going to win. I got Paddy. Question marks on O'Malley Dong, but fuck it, I'll say Sean. I don't care about the Derek Lewis fight, KO, Natalia Silva. I want to say Honor Allen. Umar is getting it done. Maybe Gaethje, Kapilov, Charles Johnson, Alex Hernandez, Ricky Tricos. Then yeah. Little Adam Future. I don't think he's gonna win, but fuck it. Good fight. Good fights, I mean. Good way to start the year 2026. UFC 324. It's gonna be a good card. I can't wait. No more pay-per-view. Don't have to pay $80 for a fucking main event to end in an eye poke. Jesus Christ. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for taking some time in your day. It's been Malcolm Wright. Let's all get in tune to UFC, and we all gonna come in with suits, dressing like businessmen, but we still gonna get fucked up, all right? So, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace out.